Hello, and welcome to the award-winning Bowie Youth Showcase. I am your host, Jasmine Nicholson. Thank you for tuning in. Today, the Bowie Youth Showcase is all about cheering. Yes, you heard me right, cheering. This show's lineup is all about cheerleading, coaching, parent involvement, and the cheerleaders. We have the MCC All-Stars Cheerleaders, competition winners of the Maryland's Cup Nationals. They are the MCC FLAME Junior Level 1 Prep Team. Stay tuned, we will be right back to start the show. Hello, and welcome to the Bowie Youth Showcase. First, we would like to thank our BYSM Bowie Youth Showcase news guys for bringing us this fantastic story today on cheerleading. Although they could not be here, thank you, Justice, Julian, and Christian. We have with us Coach Carl King, Coach Antoinette Perry, and some parents and cheerleaders, which will bring us several cheering routines throughout the show. Welcome to the show, Coach Carl King and Coach Antoinette. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
All right. So I'm going to first start out with asking a big question that's important to me. How do you feel about developing the next generation of leaders?
I feel very good and comfortable about doing it because from a point of being a father and being around younger females, I kind of can mold them or help mold them into young adults and young females that could be productive in the future.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach Antoinette?
I believe that I can mold them. I do this because I want to keep the girls off the streets and keep them active. And by doing cheerleading, that's one way that they have a mentor in their life, that they understand that there are other things that they can be doing with their time instead of being in the streets and getting in trouble. And also, I'm someone that they can talk to when their parents isn't around. So I consider it being a motivation.
Okay, absolutely. I feel like it's a very positive outlet.
Yeah, definitely.
So you coach a team with a lot of different girls. So a question I have is, how do you cater to different learning styles? Like, everyone doesn't learn the same. Some people learn differently. Some people learn slower. Some people learn hands-on. How do you cater to all the different learning styles of all the girls that you have?
Well, you pretty much have to be almost a jack of all trades when it comes to that, because you have to first get to know the girls as a group and then get to know them individually so you can see what their weaknesses are, their strong points are. Some people are, they don't respond well to different tactics as other ones do. So you have to pretty much really get to know your kids to see what works best for them. Some people are just plain and simple visual learners. They have to see exactly what it is, and they learn that way. Some people you can literally just say, hey, I need you to do this, this, and that, and they do it. So it's just about you being patient and realizing that each girl is different. We have 15 girls, so that's 15 different personalities. So you have to be patient and get to know each girl and their weaknesses and strengths.
What about you, Coach Antoinette? How would you respond to that?
First of all, me and Coach Carl work as a team, so we have to tag team the situation. There are some things that he feels more comfortable in dealing with, and there are other things that I may feel more comfortable with dealing with. We always say that I'm the female and he's the male in the situation, so we call it the mother and the daddy, because the girls will always try you. And some girls, they are more visual, and you have to take a little bit more time with them, which he may have a little bit more patience than I do for being a female. And at other times, I can look into their eyes and tell that they may need something else sometimes. So you really just have to learn kids. And also, we have an organization of 23 coaches. So even if there is something that me and Coach Carl may not see another coach, because we all work extremely close together, they may pick it up and they may help us and talk about that child. So there are all different ways. We have all different types of people, all different types of personality working with these girls.
Okay, that's fair. What is you guys' philosophy on coaching and its relationship to education as far as the girls?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, as far as me, I always believe education is first. We always here to help parents with their kids when it comes to education. We're not the type of organization to where we just let kids fail. It's we have provided tutors for kids. we've had, like, because you may have someone on your team whose strong point is math in class. So guess what we do? You need to hook up with this person.
You need to team up.
Yeah, you need to team up. So it's pretty much like a no child left behind type system that we use, and we definitely put the academics first in these situations.
And how would you chime in on that?
Yeah, and we try to keep an open dialogue with the parents, so they will let us know what's going on with their kids and their child's education. So if there is a problem, we can hit it head on. We only practice 2 days a week, so we tell the kids at the very beginning that you have to learn how to balance your schedule. So you can't miss practice, because there is no missing practice because I decided at the last minute that I want to do my homework. If that does happen, then the kids, we deal with it the next time they come in. But we try to teach them responsibility along with getting their education. But more than anything, we make sure that the education comes first.
First is priority. So how do you communicate your plans and expectations and like schedule? Say there's a schedule change or something. How do you communicate all that to the parents? Like, what's the communication like? What's the line like? Like, how does that work?
Right. So what we initially do when we start the cheer year, we have a initial parent meeting, and we have a handbook per team, and it gives them the expectations that we have from the parents and the children, and we just try to be really open, like she said earlier, really open with the parents, so they'll know exactly what we need, and exactly, we also need to know how we need to work with them. So we have different type of apps that we use to communicate to the parents, set up calendars through different types of apps, so they will always be informed.
So there's an app for that?
It's an app for that, yes, there's an app for that. Right. And so, yeah, so that's our main tool, because we can contact each parent at one time and let them know exactly what's going on, set up calendars. They can say, hey, we're coming, we're not coming, stuff like that, yeah.
Okay.
And we also give them a few minutes before practice. We get there 15 minutes early if they have any questions and want to communicate directly with us. We keep it open.
Okay, that's perfect. So what is your philosophy on discipline, and how does it apply to you guys as a competitive team?
Okay, discipline. I'm a firm believer that discipline does start at home, but we do have those cases where it creeps up into our responsibility, which is fine, because like you said, we don't believe in letting children, just fall by the wayside. We really try to teach them how to cope with different situations, and also let them know that it's always a cause and effect. You may not think things are a big deal because you've been doing it for a while, but hey, it is a big deal somewhere else. So we try to really instill in them that you have to be on your best behavior, you wear your best suit all the time, because people's impression means a lot. And the discipline part, I personally, it's been as a team sport, we win together, we lose together.
So everything is together.
So it's together. So if this one person is in trouble, all of y'all are in trouble.
Right.
So one thing I do say to them, that you all can be mad, you can be upset, but y'all can, as long as y'all be mad and upset at me together, I'm fine. I'm kind.
As long as
it's a group, y'all can be really mad at me, as long as all of y'all mad at me. So yeah, we just try to really.
So they run a lot of laps.
Yeah, they run a whole lot of laps.
What one word or phrase would you like people to associate with your name?
I think we share this in common. I think it's discipline and
dedication.
Discipline and dedication.
Discipline and dedication. Yeah. That's perfect. So would that be something you hope former students would use to describe like their experience with you, like discipline and dedication?
I would, because I feel like anything that I can teach them, or they learn from me, and they can grow up and they can discipline their kids and be dedicated in their child's life, I would love for them to say that.
We try to teach life lessons in everything that they do. So that's what our former athletes come back and say, that they remember some of the things that we said. Because we always say, when they do something, how would that relate to you in the workplace?
Right.
So if you had a job,
that's what's next.
How are you going, your supervisor tell you to do something and you decide to roll your eyes and walk off, you're fired. Right. So there in cheerleading, if you decide to look at us and you walk off, you go to the back. Or you have to be removed at that point, because you have to learn this cause and effect. So they will remember us as the ones that teach them a lot of life lessons.
That's wonderful. Quick last question. How do you handle the tryout and cut process? Or explain that to me as far as your organization goes.
Okay, as far as our organization goes, it's really no cut process. It's more so an evaluation process. So what happens is they come in during the tryouts in front of a panel of basically coaches and directors, and we judge them on the skills that they perform in front of us, and that's how we place them. So we never have a need to really cut, because we are fortunate and blessed enough to have the number of teams that we have to place somebody. Somebody can always go somewhere.
So there's no cuts?
No.
No, we take every child, we put them on their level. If they're a beginner, then we start them on the beginning team, a team that really doesn't know anything about cheerleading, and we make sure we teach them.
Okay.
If they've been there for years, then we have that team also, where there are girls that are very experienced, and they get on a higher team.
Thank you so much, Mr. King and Ms. Perry. Thank you for joining us on Bowie Youth Showcase and speaking with our youth on coaching a successful competing team. We wish you success on all your upcoming events and your competitive cheerleading. MCC All-Star organization located in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and the directors Coach Coley and Coach Sarish. Up next, a cheer routine, and we will speak with more cheerleaders and parents. Welcome back to the Bowie Youth Showcase. We have with us MCC FLAME parents. Can you ladies introduce yourselves and then we'll get to the questions?
Sure. My name is Tanya Malloy.
Crystal Yeldell.
And Monique Miller.
All right. So my first question is a very basic one. How did you get your daughter into cheering? You, Miss Tanya?
Actually, my daughter, she's been cheering for about 4, this going on the 5th year as far as with MCC. And the funny part is I've been watching MCC for a while. It's every time we've been to a competition with our previous team, when you see them, it's a very large group of them. And so, for one, and just to see as far as how the kids were, the parents were, the coaches, it just made you feel this is a team you want to be a part of.
Okay. What about you?
My daughter actually came to me to ask me if she could cheer. One of her cousins had done competitive cheering before, and she had expressed an interest then, but I kind of dissuaded her from doing it. And then I think some of her friends were also doing competitive cheering. So.
What about you?
My daughter had expressed interest in cheering, and then when I found out that MCC were having tryouts, I mentioned it to her, and that morning she did not want to go. She was mad the whole ride to the tryouts, and I'm like, you're gonna try out, you're gonna make it. She tried out and she made it, and so ever since then she's been happy.
So speaking of cheering, what is your favorite part of being a cheer mom?
I would say the girls. I really, really enjoy watching them. And from seeing them from the beginning to now, it's just amazing.
watching them compete, kind of bringing energy to keep them pumped up, you know, and excited. And
yeah, I would say the same. I mean, just watching them come together, that none of them knew each other in the beginning, and to now they have developed a friendship, you know, and a fellowship, and just to watch them work really hard in practice, and then when we go to competitions, to see the outcome from practice to the competitions is a great experience.
So speaking of competition, what's it like to help balance competition and academics? These are middle and high school girls or young ladies. How, as a parent, how is that for you to help balance the academics and the competition? Like, what's that like?
I think for me, I would say in the beginning, because the practice schedule is kind of hectic, so you have to develop a schedule within your home. You know, okay, you know that school comes first, and then cheer is next. So you just got to make that time before practice or after practice, but you have to be dedicated to school. So either you get the homework done before practice or when you come home from practice. So
either way it gets done.
Either way it gets done.
And what about you guys?
Gabby's pretty self-motivated, so I don't really have a hard time you know, with her as far as getting her work done. And she understands that if we have practice and we run over, I mean, you have to do what you have to do. So she does a pretty good job of balancing that on her own.
And what about your princess?
I would say pretty much the same. I do find, because we travel far, I think out of the team, we travel the farthest. So my daughter, she in the car doing homework on her way to practice. You know, and sometimes when we get out of practice,
on the way home. Okay. So, as far as character traits, I would like to ask what character trait you've seen your daughter develop as a result of cheering.
I would say her confidence. She definitely, as far as build her confidence, and I would say also that she's sometimes shy, but I noticed that when she's cheering,
somebody totally different.
Exactly.
For my daughter, probably some of the same things. She's pretty shy, and so just trying to have her learn how to be a little bit more aggressive in the sense of speaking her mind and speaking up and working with the team and those types of things. Okay.
And your daughter?
The same. My daughter is an introvert, so she's really shy. But I see that, you know, the cheering has boosted her confidence. It's made her feel like, you know, she can work together with other people, with other girls that are her peers. So I definitely see the boost in confidence.
And one last quick question. Were you guys ever cheerleaders?
I was in high school, but I did sideline cheering, which is different from competitive cheering.
What about you?
I actually was a majorette, and I was a pom-pom.
Okay, my mom was a pom. And you?
I wasn't on the cheer, but I was on the dance team, so.
Okay, so close.
Yeah, close.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today, moms. We appreciate you for being on our show.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right up next, I'll have the girls with me. Thank you for joining us, ladies. How are you tonight?
Good.
Good. Could you introduce yourself for me?
My name is Kendall. My name is Brooklyn. My name is Onaya.
So I'm going to ask a question. What inspired you to get into cheerleading?
When I was younger, I used to do competitive dance, so seeing all the other cheerleaders at the competitions made me want to try it out for myself.
And that's what you did.
My friend talked me into it, and we tried out together, and we both made it.
Okay.
I had an older cousin who did competitive cheerleading, and watching her, I wanted to join too.
Okay. And what life skills do you feel like you may have learned? Like confidence, self-control? Like what do you feel like you've learned as far as cheerleading competitively has gone?
I've learned self-control and like patience, dealing with other cheerleaders.
Okay.
I've learned about my confidence skills and how to deal with other females, I guess.
I learned about patience and working with others better than I did at first.
What grade are you in, and what's your favorite subject in school?
I'm in the 8th grade. My favorite subjects are science and math.
I'm in the 7th, and my favorite subjects are science and social studies.
I'm in the 8th grade, and my favorite subject is math.
And where do you guys go to school?
I go to E.O. Haynes Middle School.
Which is located where?
In Washington, D.C.
I go to Gwen Park Middle School, and it is located in Brandywine, Maryland.
I go to McKinley Tech Middle School, and it is located in Washington, D.C.
I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think one of your best qualities is?
My back walkover.
So that's a cheerleading thing?
Mm-hmm.
Explain it to me a little bit.
I don't know how to explain it.
Like, how do you do it?
Oh, you like go back and you kick your legs up.
Kick your legs over? Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I could not do that. What about you, ladies? What's your best?
I think tumbling in general.
Tumbling?
So,
like,
all
you
flips.
can tumble?
Yes.
All right. What about you, Andrea?
I would say tumbling and being a back spot.
Okay. What is your goals for cheering currently?
My goals is to master my back handspring and front walkover so that I can go on to the next level.
Okay.
My goal is to get my back handspring so I can go to the next level.
Okay.
My goal is to get my back handspring and my front walkover to go to the next level.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. Up next, a cheer routine. We would like to thank Coach Carl King, Coach Antoinette Perry, and all of the parents and cheerleaders. Congratulations, MCC FLAME, on your win. Keep up the good work and stay focused. Bowie Youth Showcase thanks you all. We here at Bowie Youth Showcase would like to send our thanks to all of our viewers for tuning in every week. Bowie Youth Showcase is here to educate, motivate, inspire, and uplift all of our youth. Until next time, I am Jasmine Nicholson.